Hello everyone, welcome back to Custom Guns and Reloading. This is going to be a build overview video. Now that I have put this upper together, I'm going to review the build list for this 16-inch Rosco K9 sort of SPR upper. I guess I'll just start from tip to butt here. And before I do that, just to reiterate, if you haven't seen the prior videos, the use case for this build was to be more of a sort of lightweight SPR accurized upper, so I want a slightly shorter length barrel. I didn't want like a standard 18 or 20 inch heavier barrel, but it is a heavier profile barrel for the 16 inch. It's not a pencil barrel, but just being shorter in length will be some savings in weight there. So starting at the end here is the Cross Machine Tools. It's basically like a hybrid muzzle device. It's got a little bit of a muzzle brake in it and some compensation with where these ports are, and so I just kind of call it a hybrid muzzle device. I use it for my standard muzzle device on most of my 5.56, 223 rod builds. I have a different muzzle device I use on my 6R builds, which I'm going to be doing my next series of videos on some 6R upper builds. So that's the muzzle device. I did use some shims here to time it. I think it was the some shims I got on Amazon. Tack shim kit, whatever. Anyway. Shims to time the muzzle guard so that you don't want your port openings to be directly on the bottom, so that if you're laying prone you don't get like dust kicking up your face. This is a little Magpul Picatinny M-lock attachment here. The barrel is a Rosco K9 16-inch chambered in 5.56. It's a 1-in-7 twist. It's stainless 416R and it's nitrided. So I wanted something 416R because they are a little bit more accurate, especially if it's button rifle. The way they drag that button through there, it's a little softer metal. It's easier to mold, so to speak, to the button. And then I also wanted it to be protected for corrosion and longer wear, so either nitrided or chrome lined. I prefer nitrided just because you're probably more likely to get an accurate barrel versus chrome lined. I don't know if that's true or not, but whatever. So that's the barrel in there. And the handguard is a CAC Industry 13-inch handguard. Still kind of has like the sort of pinch mounting hardware here, so I'm not a huge fan of that, but I mean I had it on hand. So the other caveat to this build was most of these parts were things I already had on hand, except for the barrel and maybe the muzzle device and the gas block. So the gas block, so I forgot to mention, you can't really see it very well. It's the gas block that came with the barrel. It was a Rosco. I think it was like 40 bucks or whatever, just a set screw gas block. Right now I just have my cup tip set screws in here now because I'm going to do a function check at the range, and if everything works properly I will swap these out for some knurled tip and possibly even use some thread locker like Rockset or Loctite 246. As we keep moving back, I guess we can do the upper receiver. This is a BCM Demo thermofit upper receiver with a Strike Industries dust cover, like a polymer dust cover, just standard mil spec. It's probably a BCM Forward Assist. I can't remember actually. That might have been Strike Industries. I can't remember where the Forward Assist came from on this one. It's mentioned in my parts list, I believe. But going on to the internals, I think the gas tube was also came with the barrel because it's actually an intermediate gas. So this is a 16-inch intermediate length gas system. So it should be a little softer shooting than a standard mid-length 16-inch barrel. And I think it's a nitrided gas tube. It's kind of hard to tell on camera here. And as far as the internal on the bolt carrier group and the charging handle, I'm using kind of a Franken build on the carrier group here. It's a Rubber City Armory nitrided bolt carrier. Really nice. You can see they use the ox screws and it's staked and everything here. I think these are like 80 bucks or something at Primary Arms when they're in stock. So that's, to me, one of the best deals value-wise on the market for just the bolt carrier by itself. Now you need all the parts like the cam pin, retaining pin, and the firing pin and the other internals, but those are not very expensive. And you can just, I have a whole bag of extra bolt carrier group parts, which most folks should have anyway. So the bolt is actually from a Radian enhanced bolt carrier group, and I'm using that carrier from that bolt carrier group in a 6 arc build with a Patriot Valley Arms 18-inch 6 arc upper. So I kind of wanted that to have an accurized bolt carrier. The main difference is the tail end here that has a little it's designed slightly differently, so it has less carrier tilt and other stuff in there, and it's supposed to glide better and blah blah blah. So when I build acrylite uppers, I usually try to use an enhanced bolt carrier. This one doesn't happen to have it because this was kind of a Franken build. I may ultimately actually end up using a micro best fully chrome bolt carrier group in this build. I just really like those bolt carrier groups, and I don't have any on hand anymore, but I think it would work nicely in this build. So I may swap this out. So this is the Radian, a bolt from a Radian enhanced bolt carrier group, a carrier from Rubber City Armory. It's nitrided. This is also a nitrided bolt. I try to keep the sort of coatings the same if possible. I'm not sure if it really matters, but it doesn't hurt to try to keep things consistent. And then for the charging handle, I really like these Breek arms Warhammer. This is the Mod 2 micro latch, I believe. Sorry. There you go. Here's a good look at it. Yeah, Mod 2. And this is the micro size latch. The other ones are just way too wide, but I think these are the best value on the market. They're 40, 50 bucks depending on sales and stuff. So I think I have 2 or 3 of these already. I have another one coming for a Criterion upper build I'm going to do. So this is the build list here. Next thing I said is just to to test fire everything and make sure everything cycles properly. Okay, thanks everyone. Bye-bye.